I want to tell you a story about a young girl named Gloria. Gloria was the type of little girl who had an amazing way of thinking. Years ago, when she was still very young, her family moved into an old country house. It wasn't a perfect house by any means. But to Gloria, it became the beginning of something magical. There was a room off to the side of the house that no one really paid much attention to. A small room, quiet, worn down. The wooden floors squeaked with every step, and the paint around the windows had begun to chip and crack with age. Gloria's father would often say, "This house has good bones. We can raise the children here. There's enough room for everyone." And there was. The house stayed alive with noise and movement, children running through the hallways, arguments, laughter, porch conversations, footsteps racing from room to room, the kind of house that always felt full of life. But somehow, Gloria always found herself disappearing into that one forgotten room. Her father had warned the children to stay out of it. "The paint is chipping everywhere," he would say. "These floors squeak too much. I still need to repair this room." But for some reason, to Gloria, it was the most beautiful room in the entire house. She would sit beside that old window for hours at a time, staring outside, daydreaming. She imagined the life she would one day live, the career she would have, the love she would experience, the children she might raise someday. She dreamed bigger than the room she sat in, while others may have only noticed the damage around her. Gloria noticed something different. She noticed the sunlight and the way it poured through that old window, as if that corner of the house had been chosen especially for her. She noticed the trees dancing in the wind just outside, the birds that occasionally rested nearby, the peacefulness that somehow existed in the middle of an imperfect place. Even during colder days, Gloria would wrap herself in a sweater, pull on warm socks, and return to that little room just to sit and stare through that window again, because somehow it spoke to her. She didn't see broken floors. She didn't focus on chipped-type paint. She saw possibility by then. Without even realizing it, Gloria was painting the vision of her future inside her mind. And every time she left that room, she carried something back with her. A quiet joy, a peace she couldn't fully explain. It was almost as if she had entered that room and collected little secrets meant only for her. She would dust the paint flakes from her elbows, carefully step across the old wooden floor so she wouldn't catch splinters in her feet, and walk away smiling, because that room reminded her of something important, that sometimes life doesn't begin in perfect places. Sometimes the paint chips away from your vision. Sometimes the floors beneath your dreams feel unstable. Sometimes the walls around you need a repair. But even then, there is still a window that allows you to look beyond what is, a window that reminds you to keep dreaming, a window that lets the light find you anyway. And Gloria learned that no matter where you begin, never be afraid to look outward toward the life calling your name. So this story is more than just a story about a little girl staring through the window of an old country house. It's the story of a little girl who found beauty in an imperfect place, a little girl who dared to dream beyond what she saw around her. And through that little room with the chipped paint and squeaking floors came an amazing life.